What up, Peter Griffin? Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Uh, there wasn't really a plan tonight, but I didn't think anything was going on anywhere else. So I thought I'd come on for fun. No one's here. I did my Thanksgiving stuff already. And I come home and there's not a soul here in the house. And then I'm back to it tomorrow. Jay Huff, what up? Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to tell a couple people. We're just hanging out. No plan. I did have some Helaman footage I was going to try to run, but I must have thrown it away. So I'm going to have to film it again. No big deal. Glad to. What about y'all? Did you guys eat good? Victor, what's happening? What up? I'm just trying to tell a few folks what's happening. And you guys tell me what you were up to today. Nothing stock 83. What's happening? We're just usually we go Wednesday night, and of course we have a channel full of videos, projects, 3D printed builds, all that kind of business, airplanes, things like that. Tonight, no plan, just hanging out. For those with nothing to do, I thought I'd pop on and say, hey, maybe talk about sales. I see people miss out on opportunities all the time to save. And so one just launched last night at midnight. But yeah. Nothing stock 83. Good to see you. Have not seen you here before. Pete, what up, man? I haven't seen your whole video yet you guys made. But I teased it a little bit in a goofy post earlier today. But yeah, go check out the Black Friday sale. Links in description, all that. But when you go to the home, there's a video. And Pete and Ethan and TJ, everything really that's on sale, they got their hands on and played with. The video starts off with the Twin Otter, and there's some Helaman action. This one looks very familiar to the one in the video. Like spitting image even. I'm saying, Wild Bill, what's happening? Yeah, so just chilling. It was interesting. So 74 people at my Thanksgiving this time. And no one's seen long hair on me before. That was fun and interesting. Craig, what's going on? Yeah, what are you guys into, man? Talk to me. Dude, I got nothing happening. You know, I'm willing to dive into anything if somebody wants a little program deal or something. KKRC 76 in the house. What up, man? Chilling. Yeah, I like I said, I was going to run my Helaman with the silent G footage, but I can't find it. I think I threw it out. That's fine. I'll film it again. Right now, they're like $130 off or something. But if you guys want to go over that stuff, we can. I'm just here. Thanksgiving night. No one's home. Back to it tomorrow. in an empty house. So me and the dog. I didn't bring any leftovers home like a fool. Like a fool. So this is the portion of the program where I would say, ask me anything. It doesn't mean I'm going to answer, but you can. Their games today, man, I didn't see anything. I didn't turn on television when I got home. I got home just a little bit ago. Yeah, man. I'm still kind of reeling from seeing that super nice kit last night at SBG and Harley. Gosh, that Origin's gorgeous. How much longer am I growing that hair? I don't know. My wife hates it. But, you know, I joked today with folks where, you know, some people get a Harley or a hot rod for their midlife crisis. All I want to do is not get a haircut, I think. You know, I don't know. It may not make it to Christmas. Craig's working on his Byron 86 old school. Coming along okay. Fantastic. You going gas, electric? What are you doing? I like that. I've got the original E-Flight up here, but I've got it so custom. I don't want to. I've flown it, but the new one looks fantastic, dude. Really good. And Pete, we ordered up new twin I-beam kits, so I need to grab another base camp kit because I am not going to monopolize G62 for power. Nice. I am not going to take apart like my discontinued 10.3 Bronco to make a pre-runner out of it. I just don't want to take it apart. You can't find them. You can't get them. And it's like I was telling Kelly the other night, like the minute you rob the parts off of this, now you've got a body in your way that doesn't belong to a chassis anymore or something. And inner fenders and all the bits that you got to take off and get out of the way. And it's like, I don't want that. I'd rather sell it and give somebody a deal than have it laying around in parts. So I'm just like, you know what? Maybe. And since we've done a pre-runner now and I've built 3 or 4 of those base camp kits, I may get another base camp kit and actually do a build video on the base camp kit all the way. And then do another video on the twin I-beam kit showing what you have to take off the base camp kit. The last time I did it all at once. I don't think most people would maybe do it that way. So I don't know. I'm thinking that might be what I want to do. Last time I just got it done. But it's winter. Maybe I will do a step-by-step base camp build. And then a step-by-step twin I-beam. The videos are getting pretty good attention for what they are. I feel like it's in a way a soft launch on the 10.3 twin I-beam kit. Because think of it this way. Anybody who's into it. A couple years ago, the 10.2 I-beam kit came out, which in a way made no sense because everybody's already into 10.3s is the current iteration of axial crawler at that time. And so you're going backwards to do a 10.2, which means a lot of people are going to be in the same boat as me where they don't want to cannibalize a rig maybe to make one. And so I think there may have been some interest on that, but then it fell flat. I mean, I know I had a 10.2 kit sitting around here forever because it's like if you're going to buy a crawler, if you don't have a 10.2 and you're going to buy a crawler to make a pre-runner, Knowing the 10.3 is kind of better, newer, more improved, faster, stronger, better. It's just a weird sell. So then the 10.3 twin I-beam comes with not a lot of fanfare. And I think in a way, people are kind of thirsty for it. Like Kelly and I videos are doing okay on what we've done so far with the twin I-beams. So it's like, I don't know, maybe I'll do another one and document that build, maybe, because I think a lot of people easily are scared or nervous to build up a kit. And I think if I do the thing, showing just how to build the base camp kit, which is a killer kit, honestly, for a crawler is one thing. And then showing how to, what you got to take off to make the twin I-beam work is another one. And I could do it on a clean and fresh rig. So I don't know. Those tutorials, for the people who want them, they're tremendous value. Keith Christie, Wild Bill, G62 and a quarter scale extra years ago before the jet bug, says Victor. Nice. G62. So what's that going to be? 12S? 8S? What's the deal on that? What is the deal? Talk to me, Goose. Gasser. G62 is a gas engine? What am I talking about? I'm thinking Power 62 or Power 60 or something. So what do I know about gas? Gosh. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Sliding back in time. Sweet. For those of you who don't have a Byron T6, the E-Flight one's gorgeous. And it's 3S, 4S now, unlike the original, which was a 3S job. I made mine 4S and changed it completely. Yeah, Ty didn't come on tonight, did he? I hit him in Instagram to ask him if he was going on because I wasn't gonna. Nope, he's not coming on. Okay. Cool. Because I was gonna dip. Zenoa. Your go-to four-stroke was YS. Nice. Yeah, man, I didn't jump to flying until 2008 or whatever. And then 2012 on YouTube, I jumped right in on electrics. Keith was just thinking how little online presence Horizon has lately since they got rid of the elite program. I would say it's still there. And I kind of think a little bit of a pivot and a change in a way with some, I mean, you've got the promotional content that's always slick and polished, but you're starting to see a little bit more just guys hanging out, talking a little more candid and having fun, which is the name of the game, goofing off, things like that. So I think there's so much content that comes out you just don't notice because there's really a ton of content all the time on promotions and videos that go along with those promotions. Like there's a sale that launched last night at midnight. I posted about this. I'm hustling, trying to, if you're going to buy, help, do your thing, click the link. But if you go to the Black Friday sale, links in the distro, there's a video at the homepage when you land there. And it's like 20 minutes of these guys playing with all the products that are on the sale, which is the Helaman, Twin Otter, the Habu 80, little helis, just whatever's on that sale. So they've been doing a lot of that, and it does coincide with, promotions. Makes sense. They're trying to, it is a business at the end of all, but it's just one of the coolest businesses because, I mean, selling fun is a pretty, especially with cool RCs, you just have to show up, right? I mean, dude, I did the math on my stuff one year, and little old me sold over $350,000 worth of stuff one year. And that was just the stuff that was tracked. So, I don't know. Yeah, and the program changed, and it's built more upon the purchases rather than just buying into the program. So it's definitely changed, but it's still there. And from what I can tell, the same, great folks that they didn't like lose their service staff or nothing. It's just the access to them has changed a little bit. Don't remember the ESC you put in it works. Yeah, the bug looks killer on the trailer. So Kirk makes those trailers, and that's what's in the video. So I got this one from Kirk a long time ago, and I've used it in a handful of videos, but for the pre-runner, it was like, let's drag them out. And Kirk had his on one. He's made a toy hauler. Like, they look pretty legit. They're aluminum, and they're made out of the same stuff the real trailers are made out of. Jeff in Lower Alabama, what's happening? Yeah, I don't want to monopolize anybody's time, but I was like, you know what? I bet there's nothing going on tonight. And I was right. So, still have the old F4, flew it a few weeks ago. Bitch runs with that JP fan. Love it. Nice. Man, that jet still probably has the stock ESC. I can't remember. I guarantee you the video is still available if you can dig back far enough to find it. So if I did change the ESC, I would have said so or showed it in the video. Yeah, we have 74 people, and we rent out a hall for our Thanksgiving. So I felt like I was working at a catering outfit, setting up tables and chairs and stuff today. But that's fine because the ladies work their butt off on all the food. The base camp. Yeah, are you wanting the base camp RTR, Chris, or the kit? And the base camp RTR is Portal, and the base camp, when they come out with a 10.3, it is not just another 10.3. I tell you what, I am a big fan of those, and I really know the differences on those things. Yeah, the kit is straight axle. And for me, that's my jam. That's my favorite. Yes, Keith. Yeah, Jason's still around. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, lots happen, tariffs and all that kind of stuff, but they're doing their thing. They're hanging on and, doing some things. I consolidating warehouses, stuff like that. Relaxing with a beautiful air boss. Fantastic. Yeah, we anybody who's interested in the pre-runner stuff, we've got a handful of videos on that. I've been putting playlists together, so there's that. And what is that kit? It's like $269, Chris. I still think it's the way to go, depending on whether you want, straight axle or not. But like a lot of things have portals. So it's almost the only way to get an axial straight axle, unless you can find a 10.2. Yeah, it's not too bad. I need to get another one. I was kind of hoping it was on the sale too. But man, I'm willing to do a step-by-step build video on it. So I don't know. I may try to work a deal. I'd rather work a deal with the stuff that I do than all of this random emails I get. I got another one today for VR goggles for flight sims. And it's like, I mean, if you want an ad spot, fine. But like, I'm not messing with that. So I don't know. And I don't even necessarily want that to promote. It's like, buy an ad spot. I don't know. Any updates to the 3D printers? I've been away for a while. Man, I made a bunch of I haven't ran it for a minute. I've learned a lot about it. There was a couple times it was my fault. I clogged it up and learned how to take it apart and fix it. But jamming, dude. If you look at the SCX6 3D printed bodies like playlist, you know, we've been jamming between Kurt, Kelly, and myself. We got a handful of 3D printed bodies. Almost everything behind me. The little trimmers truck, the 64 Travelall 10 scale. There's a big 6 scale one over here. There's a Willys wagon. There's a Land Rover. There's a Ford. And then there's a monster, you know, trimmers truck. And then I've got a Killer International Scout, which it's snowing, so it's going to get back out in the driveway and work tomorrow. I got a 54 Chevy floating around here somewhere too, right there on the ground. So it's been working. I just haven't done it for a minute. I got wrapped up and I did a bunch of videos on the Coyote and did, you know, ran it stock, did upgrades, did the how-to videos on the upgrades. I got a new DXC Plus, which I've been doing videos on how I've used it and got rid of the RTR radios and how to program shift servos and dig and this and that. So I've been doing that and some airplane, even, you know, tutorial stuff. I'm not really flying them as much, but I'm definitely willing to be helpful on the programming. And the new AS3X Plus makes it kind of slick. Yeah, there's another 3D printed. There's a Scout, a small. So I got a big Scout and a little Scout. This is on a base camp kit as well. And we kit bashed it because it was supposed to be the box back. Kelly helped me with he did some of the file work and then I printed it off. But yeah, base camp. Once again, I need to sell a couple of these, to be honest. This one's nice. Yeah, this was the Willys wagon, which is why this is what I mean about like cannibalizing a built rig to use the chassis for something else, whether it's a pre-runner or this. It's like now that Willys wagon is not on this chassis anymore, it's never going back. You know? It's like, leave them alone. Like, once you get them built, like, leave them alone, man. I got to check that out, Chris. Nice. Thanks, Keith. Yeah. The snowplow is awesome. Even showed the rest of the family. Took them a while to figure out it was an RC. I think that post did pretty good. It's a Snowstar International Scout. How are you not going to throw a blade on there? I ordered some lights for the front because there's a little rack that the plow mechanism should be on, and there's a couple little lights there too. So I ordered some lights to do a leafer chassis, Chris. Yeah. There's so much. I love wrenching nowadays, and there are a handful of kits I want to build. I've built RC 4-wheel drive leafer, and I've turned those FMS 1/6, which is really 10 scale Jimny, into a couple rigs. That's the best cheap way to go on a leafer, is the 1/6 Jimny, because it's not really 1/6. So this was an FMS 1/6 Jimny leafer. The so is this, and the Winnebago Tonka truck up there was a Jimny as well, and then so was this, and you can see the leafs. So, like, if you're wanting to mess with leafs, I mean, you already know they're not going to perform like a coilover job will, but the best kept secret in scale is what you can do with those FMS Jimnys, because you can usually get one. And again, they call them 6 scale because the Jimny's really small in real life. But it's slightly bigger than a 12.3, but not much. So, like, I think the wheelbase on this is 13 inches instead of like 12.3. Best kept secret, dude, in scale without spending big money. Like, I really want to do a Boom Racing leafer, but dude, they're big money. But yeah, dude, best kept secret in scale. And I had a video I was doing, and the whole idea, and I lost those files too. It was this one, and I showed everything, taking the stock body off, that Jimny deal, and then flipping the axles, because the leafs are actually on the bottom of the axles. And so you take apart the hardware. It's easy, like a real one, and put them on the bottom. Take out a few of the leaves to make it a little softer, and you can get a ride height out of it that's actually pretty decent. Scale builder's guilt is what I was going for on that video, because I felt like this is the best kept secret if you wanted a leafer. And now the Mashkin, which you can't see, it's up top, and the yellow FJ40, those don't come with leaves on them, but it's the same chassis as the Jimny. So you can buy the leaf kits and put them on. So my yellow dog right there I did the leaves on it, and I did the leaves on the Mashkin as well. So I've got a handful of these. And this yellow golden nugget thing back here is a Jimny as well. I've done a handful of those. I've done like 5 of those leaf jobs with the FMS kits, and you can move stuff around a little bit and get it to do what you want. I had to do a lot of work to make this thing go, but it's doable and way cheaper than like a boom kit. These old flapping lips, what's happening? And then my FJ55 RC 4-wheel drive kit build behind me, you can't see it. That's a leafer as well. So that would be a good option as well without spending boom money. The leafers are easier to do interiors because you don't lose your interior to the shock towers the same. Good thing to like, I guess one good example would be like, if you think of these hard body FJ40 and the Michigan, like the interiors are full. And one nice thing about if you're doing a trailer, like that's why if I'm pulling a trailer, it's always the FJ40, because it's not going to sag its butt pulling a trailer. You know what I'm saying? You can't really see the interior on this guy because it's a panel van. But you're not going to be able to see it because there's no windows on the side. But it's a full flat bed in here. There is nothing you can't see, dude. There is nothing, no shock towers, no nothing in there. And what's cool about the way FMS lays out the transmission The only cutout in the interior is for the transfer case, which is right under the bench seat. And the motor and trans is here up in the front, down low. So the only floor cutout, so the dashboard business is here. The only cutout is like the trans tunnel and the transfer case, which again is right under, the bench seat for Richard Dreyfuss. So yeah, if you want to keep an interior, those leafers are nice. And even though this one will be easier to show because stuff actually opens on this. And what's happening? So I am a nerd and I've got a sleeping bag and a mountain bike, bedroll, and let's see, dude, I mean, the door's open. But anyway, I'll be able to show you this interior. I bought these window seals that I didn't put in very good. But the seats, trans tunnel, it's legit on this. And the back, because it's a leafer, there's no shock towers. And so, again, this is the exact same chassis that 1.6 Jimny has. And with me putting the leaf springs on this one, this is exactly what I get when I'm done with a Jimny. You can see the perches for the leaves on the axle. They're up here now instead of underslung, which would take away all your ride height. But that's what I'm saying. So, and people will say, they're cheap, FMS leaf spring or FJ40 hard body or whatever. This thing has pulled more trailers with rigs on it than it has driven without them, and it's holding up. So you put in a brushless motor, and all of a sudden, you got a nice little rig. I think I changed the servo too. And now I have a winch on here. But I got a hobby wing in there. I did just put the winch on before we went out because I thought maybe I'd need to do a recovery on the pre-runner. So for interior, yeah, the FMS leafer or any leafer, even a TF2 or whatever, is going to be much better. Then I love the base camps if you want a coilover kit. But if you want an interior full, no. I made this pretty all right. I changed the motor. I changed the tires. I added leaves. All the things. And even this goofy plastic fake hitch holds up, which is just bonkers to me, to be honest. I added some of the RC four-wheel drive like badging and stuff too. So there's some metal. And honestly, man, when I bounce this thing around, everything stays shut pretty good. But I did this badging. I actually intended to kind of weather this one, but I haven't. And I still feel like if I did the weather seals, that would look good if I like masked them off and airbrushed them or something. And yeah, some of that Toyota metal badging up on the front you know, I added it on, and I cut out that little scoop on the hood because otherwise it's just yellow. Turtle RC, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I took off the roof rack. I mean, this is a killer rig too. And if you were to buy this instead of the Jimny, the leaf kit, if you wanted leaves, is like $50. And the shocks are so short because they're making these scale. If you leave it coil over, you don't lose any interior. I didn't change anything inside. So that's how it comes. Thanks, Turtle. Yeah, man, I checked with Ty. He wasn't going on tonight, so I was like, dude, I'll go. But yeah, this thing has pulled a bunch of rigs, actually, and it's still holding up. And I knew it would be top heavy, so I got some axle extensions on here to give it a little bit wider than it would have been. Goodyear MTR, some nice aluminum bead locks, and dual stage foams. And I think I might have did brass rings in the front of this. I can't recall. I think I need to, oh yeah, I need to redo the bead locks. On just, I got one wheel that needs redone on the inside. You can't tell. But I like my Toyotas, man. There's 3 of them. My Jeeps, my Internationals. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, there's another Toyota. Land Rover. Willie's Wagon Jeep. Willie's Jeep. CJ7 Jeep. Michigan Jeep. Yeah. Yeah, we bought up a handful of those Jimneys because they were cool to make. I'm not the only one. Kirk and Kelly both have. I'm going to fix that bead lock. I knew I saw my wheel wobbling. Maybe I'll change the tires. Put something else on. Because I wouldn't mind using those Goodyear MTRs on something else. Maybe the CJ7. Getting tires changed. Good time, though. What's the next thing you guys are going to be doing? What's the next video you guys are going to make? What's the next thing you're going to run or fly? Let me know. I really am digging on the wrenching, though. I keep talking about kits. Kits are a blast. Absolute blast. I'd do a kit project. This pre-runner thing, man. I mean, Kelly and I are definitely doing another one. And it'd be cool to do a speed challenge with that as well. With more than just ourselves, if anybody wanted to get in on it. Yeah, I was really wanting to show you guys my Helaman footage. Just like every RTR, I know exactly what I would like to do to the Helaman. I feel like I owe you guys a stock run first. But just like everything, change the motor. Change the motor. Brushless. You're going to get everything you're missing as far as drag brake goes. And if you're new to it, you won't know the difference. So at that point, I'd say leave it alone. I went for a long time before I ever started messing with them. But yeah, what's cool about this is what they call 8 scale. So these are quite a bit bigger tires than a regular crawler has. And of course, it's like a buggy. It's got what they call a selectable dig on the back. Instead of just locking up both back wheels, you can lock up either the left or the right, which is cool, which is the servo. And I mean, this thing is built. It's not a 10.3 because this is, not 10 scale. It's more like 8 scale. But it's, those that are familiar with the Capra, this is like a big Capra, so to speak. Servo on axle. It's got rock lights on it out of the box. You can cycle through the colors. The red one is the only one that's on sale, I guess. I'm building a 6S pre-runner for the sand dunes, not locked in on the chassis, but gonna be epic. My brother has a 6S pre-runner Jeep body with lights. The scale look with 10x power epic. Dude, Kelly was talking about a 6 scale pre-runner the other day. And that'd be sick. That would be sick. And I don't know. You could probably repurpose that chassis or just make something. It depends. And that makes me think about like sandrail, like something a little base, more basic. That would be a job. It'd be awesome. And I can imagine a 6 scale, like me and Kelly were talking about, like if you stripped one down to be a pre-runner, you could really lighten it up quite a bit. If you, stripped off all the extra stuff, I think you could lose that big, that monster transmission in the middle too. You got to somehow keep a skid plate or replace the skid plate, which is the cross member, so to speak, as well. There in the center. A Vanquish center diff on 6S. Wow. I mean, man, we're getting 35 miles an hour out of these 2-wheel drive 10 scale rock crawlers. Pete's getting a little faster than that. It's too much, but it's fun. When we were racing them the other day, we put out a video a couple days ago. It's doing pretty well. If you haven't seen pre-runner, it's what's it called? Axial pre-runner souffle or something goofy. I think I'm hilarious. Is my problem. Axial pre-runners pro line twin I-beam. But yeah, on the thumbnail, axial pre-runner twin I-beam souffle. Because you would expect me to say supreme because it rhymes, but souffle, that's a cooking term. They were cooking. It was awesome. You can't see it. How's that video doing, by the way? And man, I feel like the pre-runners aren't getting any love because these videos from us, I mean, aren't doing too bad for being weird little niche. 600 views, whatever. Our other one, dude, the update I did the other day. What's it doing? 1,000. They have STLs to put 110 transmissions in the SCX6. Crawler transmission? How's a 10 scale crawler transmission going to hold up in that? With option to run twin 550. Twin 550. Holy smokes. There's a new rig I saw on the Scale News that's got the potential for 2 motors on it. Nice. I don't know if your friend Turtle posts on Facebook, but dude, RC3D Fab Factory Facebook group, man, post it up, dude. Post it up. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, dude, we keep bringing crawlers and pre-runners when we go out, and dude, when we find a beach, we don't leave the beach. We run them. RC3D Fab Factory Facebook group. Let's see if I can grab a link to it. I know there's a link to my Facebook and my other, Instagram and all that stuff in the description of the video here. All of the videos, actually. But are you on Facebook as Turtle RC? Okay, cool. Because I could tag you or something. Yeah, there's this banner picture is me, Kirk, and Kelly with our SCX6s. Yeah, about 400 members, man. Chris posts in there all the time. Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. But yeah, man, the pre-runner 6 scale, holy smokes. Yeah, let's see it. Yeah, I think I ended up getting 28 miles an hour and 110.6S. That's cool too. I got 28 miles an hour, and I also got 30 something. I took a picture of the speed. Thanks, Jeff. $35.7 miles an hour. I got 28.6. Then I changed the spur and I got 35.7. But I was running on the 28 when we did the beach the other day. Yes. Chopped up a 10 scale short course for the IFS front and rear diff assembly. Does pretty good. Nice. I was looking at those Baja Rays. And honestly, I think the fun is in the kit and making it go. It's supposed to be slow. But truth be told, solid rear axle, trailing link, independent front suspension, heat wave, Baja Ray, out of the box is already ready to go. Looks fantastic. The suspension is going to be good. Everything's going to be great. There will be nothing to do but run it. For those who don't want to play with gearing and make it work and tune suspension and stuff, that's a good way to go. I mean, we take these 10 scale crawlers, and in the twin I-beam kit, you've got options for if you want to go short or long. So we'll stretch it out. Then we'll either throw axle extensions on it or deep dish beadlocks. And my 10 scale base camp is now, that's a short course bug body that's on it. And Kirk and Kelly are legit running 10 scale short course bodies on theirs. So yeah, this is a short course body. Now it's a bug, so of course it's a little smaller than like a desert truck short course, but pretty rad. This body actually fits really good on the 8 scale Guillemot as well. But yeah, 28 miles an hour out of a 2-wheel drive rock crawler. How cool is that? Super cool. And I'm going to build another one because I have a spare body. I might as well use it since I made it. What's up, Dad? Happy Thanksgiving, Manwich. Yeah, Kelly wanted to do another pre-runner, so we got 2 more I-beam kits on the way. Honestly, if anybody wants one, I'll build you one. It's going to cost you, but I'll build you one. Put it together, run it, get it fast, anything you want. They're fun. They're fun. It makes sense to have guys to run with, I think. But I mean, gosh, I didn't have anybody to run with when I started doing surface. Flapping lips. So, man, I hate cannibalizing my old rigs to make a pre-runner. So when I did that pre-runner, I bought a base camp kit. I've built 3 or 4 of those base camp kits now. It's super easy. I like them. It's a 10-3, so they fit perfect. So the new, it makes sense now. There's a twin I-beam for 10-3s that's come out over the last couple months. And so much easier to do it to a 10-3 than to try to find a 10-2. And same thing I was saying earlier. It's like if you have a 10-2, you've had it for a while, you may or may not want to strip it to throw on the twin I-beam kit. So I just built the base camp kit and did the twin I-beam thing all at once. I think my plan now, I don't want to steal. I got a CJ7 and a 10-3 early Bronco that, you know, it's specific with all the things, man. The rock rails, the inner fenders, just so much is specific to those rigs that I hate the idea, because I know what happens the minute I steal a chassis. Then the body will sit around in my way forever. And it's like, I don't want to take apart good running rigs to do it. So I'm going to get another base camp kit, I guess, because there's no way I'm going to take apart my CJ7 because it's good. My CJ7's dialed. It's got the Night Customs 3D printed interior. It's brushless. I've moved the shocks to get it to sit lower, dual stage foams, the whole deal, man. I'm not going to take it apart. And then the Bronco is still totally stock. I didn't change the motor or nothing. So, and then my other base camp kits that I built, the Range Rover down here, what used to be the Willys is now a Scout that's up out of the shot. I just know if I just keep stealing bodies off, then I've got all these bodies with no rigs. So it's like, dude, I'm gonna get another one. That's the best answer. 269 base camp kit. Sorry. Once you become G, you are in. So yeah, great question. I got enough parts to toss together another running trail crawler. Could do an I-beam on it. Yeah. The 10.2 kit, if you can get a hold of one still, they are specific to the 10.2. So the new 10, if you got 10.3 stuff, that'll work. And honestly, if you're slick enough, you can make things work. But yeah, I think I threw mine together and we were all in a hurry to get them done. I think when I do the next one, I think I may do a build video on the base camp. I'll just build the whole base camp. And then that's its own video. And then I'll do the twin I-beam kit, which will then show taking stuff off of the base camp to replace with the twin I-beam stuff. So I have an extra front axle and some bits now from when I did this. And I'll have another extra front axle. So maybe I'll make a 4-wheel steer thing next. I don't really care about 4-wheel steer, but I could. Been thinking of turning that stuff into a monster truck with some rift axles. That'd be sick. Zangari RC, I will. Bro, if you're on Facebook, post them up to the RC 3D Fab Factory Facebook group, dude. AR60 axles from a bomber, yeah, rift. And most of a set of H10 axles. Bro, yeah, you could go a whole bunch of different ways. I want to do that Project IJ sometime. And Harley's doing his on, I think it's a VS410, or maybe it was a VRD. But he's using H10 axles, which looks pretty killer. Not a pre-runner, but the pre-runners are fun. It's fun to go 30 miles an hour with a crawler, bro. That can do it. And stretching it out and getting the wide footprint is definitely helpful. So Rift or H10 axles would be killer. What's up, Rogers? Yeah, I thought there would be YouTube only. Okay. Then at me. Pilot Ryan Media, I think, is what you would do. Hold on. Yeah, Thanksgiving, dude. I thought there'd be a bunch of us without much going on, and I decided to come on with no real plan. Really kind of talk about the sale just went live last night at midnight, and Guy Lamont, I'm sorry, I'm saying it with a G. It's like $130 off. And then you can get the Habu 80 right now for like $399 or something. Some other cool stuff I saw in there as well. The Twin Otter 1.4 is on sale. So I did a post on them today. And I had footage of this, but I deleted it. It wasn't that good, but I was just going to run it today. It was hat cam stuff from my neighborhood Rubicon alley. But I'll have to get it back out and run it again. I want to get it done, run it stock, and then I'm thinking about throwing a different motor in there. It's not really my rig, though. The Optic RTR on sale. I saw that. Bro, listen, who wants to buy? I'm going to sell some stuff so I can buy some more. Portal, VS410, Phoenix, kit build, all the things, dig and overdrive, patina job. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go because I want to. The thing about the optic is I actually want to build it, but I would take the RTR. So, by the way, whoever buys this is not getting these tires. Sorry. I'll change them. But this has the light kit in it, the overdrives, dig, the whole deal. Portal axle, Phoenix. I'll let it go. I hate to, but I'll let it go. I will also let go a Basecamp Scout. This is nice. I think that's all I would get rid of. I got an FJ55 Leafer, maybe. And this is a Basecamp Land Rover that's pretty dope that I'd get rid of it, I guess, but I don't want to. I love these got little 3.98 tires on it, which, again, I'm keeping. But this one, you got to run like a little 1300 battery in it. But it's got a light kit from Boom. It's got Boom Racing metal bumpers that I made work on this 3D printed body. Some badging. I mean, it's all right, dude. This is my first 3D printed kit I put together. This was before I had a printer. Kelly printed this off, and it's the first one I assembled. It's actually really nice, dude. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to sell the CJ7. I think I'd sell this, though. This is box stock, basically. I didn't do a thing to this one. And I ran it the way it was. I did change the grill. I still have the stock grill. Yeah. For $1? Nah. Bunch of them. Maybe. Yeah. You think he did the VRD with H10s? Yeah. It's that, or it's VS410. I want to get a VS410. I just want all of it. I want a VS410 kit to do the IJ project and fire up the printer and print off the IJ. I do like the optic, and I would go for like the Terabug files. I think I would change the panels out. Boom Racing, that Zill old school truck is cool. I want the leaf spring version though, not they got a new version they just released that has. And Boom, those kits are really scale, so it's a little bit odd to me that they have high clearance links and coilover. I mean, I get it. They have options. So you've got adjustable wheelbase, you got leafs, you got coilovers, and then now the Zills offered, I think, painted up and everything if you want, and high clearance links and coilovers. I think if I was doing a Boom, I want a leafer for that one. Cadillac Steve 06, otherwise known as Beadlock. Yeah, the optic's cool. Because I know I'm going to have to give this Guillemot back. I wouldn't mind having an optic. And, I mean, I like that Phoenix. The Phoenix and my CJ7 are neck and neck for the best scale rig I have. The Coyote, being what it is, beats it now. But the Coyote, I'm not getting rid of it because I don't have anything really like that now. If I had an optic, though, or something like that, the Coyote might go somewhere. But the Coyotes portal, I did the I added more overdrive, brass. It's brushless now, and I threw the dig in it. I got one more video to make on the Coyote, and I've done all the upgrades except for like a suck down winch, which I can miss that. I can miss that. Francis, what up? Lightning bug in the house. Yeah, I thought there'd be, I checked with our buddy Ty, man, Urban Legend. He wasn't going on tonight. I was like, dude, I'm thankful to you guys. My family's not here. So I was like, dude, I'm going to dial in my RC family. So we're hanging, just shooting the breeze. Shooting the breeze, man. And again, I know buddies of mine that missed out on the Mustang when it was on the last promotion. And so I want to let you know, midnight, it went down. If you're looking at the Twin Otter, you were thinking about the Guillemot, the Habu 80, check out the Black Friday sale, because that stuff doesn't last long. And once you're not going to lock in that sale price again once it's gone. Links in the distro to the Black Friday sale. DOC Adventures. Hey, everyone. Just popping in to say happy Gobble Gobble Day. Y'all have a great evening. Thanks. You too. Yeah, our Thanksgiving is 74 people. It's fantastic. We rent out a gymnasium. The kids go nuts. It's fantastic. And once we're done with the big part of the thing, we go back to just a house. And it's a full house. And I always work the next day, so I come home so I can go to work tomorrow. Flyboy 305, good evening. Happy Thanksgiving to you. This is the Ask Me Anything program. Happy Thanksgiving. Gratitude. Thankful for you. Yeah. That's it. No big plan. Just pining for my next project. I actually broke my 1.5 wrench driver. It was because I was abusing it. I didn't break it using it for its intended purpose. I was using it to hold a output drive still while I was wrenching a nut on a spur gear. I totally broke it. So I got some speed bits coming, another twin I-beam kit, another bumper. I'm going to order up a base camp kit next, I think. I can't just have one pre-runner at this point. And Fred, you'll understand, like, I don't want to cannibalize my other perfectly good all-together rigs to make it a pre-runner. Same as I started with a kit on this because I didn't want to steal. And because what happens when the bodies come off is they never go back on. And if you're going to turn these over, what's easier to sell? The Willys Wagon body just sitting there that needs to be magically fit to the base camp chassis that I did, or sell it whole. So I could put the Willys Wagon back on the chassis, but then the Scout body up here loses a home as well. So it's like, the Willys Wagon was a really cool project, but it's definitely top heavy. So scale truck, it just wasn't going to perform. But I built the chassis to perform. Nice brushless system, reef servo, moving steering wheel, head driver guy, the whole thing, dude, on the Willys. And then as soon as I got done with this, they gave it away in a contest, the real one. The Fab Rats don't even have that anymore. Yeah, no chop shop. I get it, dude. That's why I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not going to take apart a CJ7 or my early Bronco to make a pre-runner. I'm like, dude, I'll just get another Let's get another base camp kit. What's up, Ron? Jeremy? So I won't keep you guys too much longer, maybe 20 minutes. If there was football today, I missed it. And then the weekend's upon us, tomorrow's Friday. How many of you guys working tomorrow? Let me know in the chat. I am. Yeah, big family Thanksgiving. My mother-in-law is the youngest of like 12. No work. Nice. Flyboy's at work now. Lions playing right now. Who are they playing today? Who are they playing today? Jeff works every day. Liar. Bengals and Ravens. I may check that out. We got Notre Dame this weekend. Oh, wow. Francis, sounds good. Green Bay, 31-24. Okay. Green Bay. What? Fun. Dallas? Wow. Fun. I really do like my college football on Saturdays. That's been pretty fun too. Cowboys beat the Chiefs. Are the Chiefs living up to it this year? Doesn't seem. I like the Chiefs, but it doesn't seem. The Browns have Sanders, right? The Browns, you kind of got to root for the Browns just because they're like the perpetual underdog, it seems. It was at Dallas. In Dallas, you kind of, bro, I'm so funny. Like, so many times I watch, I don't care really who wins. I do have my favorites or whatever, but there's always a reason for me to like somebody. Like, if they're winning all the time, you want to see them continue to win. If they're the underdog, it's like, let's go, about time. Dallas is kind of like apple pie, famous legacy team. Brian Chambers, what up? My uncle's a big fan of Green Bay. And they don't usually make a blip on the radar, it seems. Notre Dame. It's that's just always fun to watch. What was it, 70-7 the last time they played? Dude, they had 21 points for the offense got out on the field, bro. First play was a first down pass. Second play, Jeremiah Love marching it down to the house. Yeah. It's the only TV me and my wife watch together, really, is football. And it's really, I don't know. I didn't really watch it till my kid got into it. I saw it growing up, but I didn't pay attention. But I actually really quite enjoy it now. What's on your Christmas list? You know, here's the real answer. I have everything I need in life. I'm blessed, and everything is great enough. What's on my Christmas list? These poor guys have heard me say over and over, I really dig wrenching these days. I want to make another pre-runner. We've had a blast with these. I feel like the internet is thirsty for content on the pre-runners. From the views we're getting on the pre-runner content seem to tell me that. So I plan on, my RC life is a little bit, it's also this whole video and content experience folded in. So like I'm thinking about I'm definitely doing another pre-runner. Got the twin I-beam kit and another bumper on its way. Got to grab another base camp chassis because I will not cannibalize what I have already. So that's one. Boom Racing Leafer kit would be nice. I don't see it happening. And I talked to him about doing a build video for him, and they actually offered me a discount. But it's like, dude, a build video on a kit is a tremendous amount of work. I'm not going to. It's still a lot of money. I'm not doing it. So a boom racing kit would be nice. An H10 optic would be great. Kit would be fun. Kits are always fun, but the RTR would be kind of cool as well. The Project IJ 3D printed Jeep project on a VS410 Vanquish kit would be also one of the things on my list. Otherwise, Cricut machine, more filament. That's about it. What about you guys? I think that's pretty much it. That's just like 1,800 things real quick. Yeah. Who's Notre Dame playing Saturday this weekend? It was rough seeing Angeli hurt. It'd have been nice to see Angeli playing in that game against his old team. I don't think it would have been 70-7 or whatever. Flyboy, yeah. 3D printer will change your RC life, bro. Fred, thanks. No way, though, dude. No way. 3D printer from Bamboo. Yeah, bro. I got the X1C. It's fantastic. I was looking at the middle one. So now there's there's one fancier than the X1C now. But when I was looking at them, I think it was the P1S I was going to get, but then it worked out for me, Stanford. But then it worked out for me to do the X1C. So if you're shopping Bamboo, I do have a link to it in the description as well. The SP2. Never going to happen, Fred. Thank you, though. Let's look at that real quick. I may pull it up on the screen. The SP2. Or is it PS2? I love how easy it's been to work the Bamboo. I started, this is my first printer, and I was up and running like right away. Let's see. P1S. The P1S is enclosed, and you can get AMS with it. Dude, $620 marked down from $1,200. That's killer. And guys are getting good work out of, the X1C was the Cadillac for quite a while. And my buddies don't have that, and they're working it out. But at these prices, you might as well go Bamboo, because that's a good price. P1S is $400 right now. Wild Bill. The H2D. That's the one with two nozzles that'll do laser cutting. SBG doesn't use his Cricut anymore to cut masks. He's using that thing. H2D without the AMS is $1,750, down from $2,000. All good stuff. I think the one you're asking me about is that P1S with the AMS 2 Pro combo. That's a heller price. $1,250 down to $620. That's really good. That's really good. Yeah, man. I'm ready to fire it up again and print something. I just don't know what. Just don't know what it's going to be, man. It's going to be that Project IJ. You talking about the H2D, bro? With the two nozzles that will do cutting as well? I don't think you can go wrong with Bamboo. I like them. I mean, and just like anytime there's a leader, I think, in the industry, there's a lot of good printers out there that are as easy to use, more user-friendly than back in the day. I like for me, I can run it wirelessly with my phone or the app on my computer. I'm not hardwired in at all. It was like binding it to a plane or something, I'm hooked right up to it, Wi-Fi, and I can see what's going on even if I'm not at the house, which is cool. Yeah, I like the Bamboo. It's my only really experience. I like it. I like their filament too, but I buy cheaper, get to me quicker stuff on Amazon a lot of the time. But I actually really do prefer the Bamboo filament. But you can get by, especially if depending on what you're making, you're going to do a lot of finish work anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And Kirk and Kelly are using like Creality, Ender, whatever stuff like that, and they're working it out really good with what they have. But man, I love how user friendly it is. You got to be willing to do updates because they roll out with a bunch of them, but it's easy to do. It's easy to do. I mean, some of my first rigs, they printed so nice, and it's all really about the orientation of the way you decide to print it. If you're going to have a bunch of lines that are obvious or not. But my first couple of rigs, I didn't do any finish work at all. I just painted them, and they were fine. Like the Willys wagon didn't get any finish, just painted. The Land Rover just got painted, and those files were really clean. and then a couple other rigs I've had to do some finish work on. But I like that old school stuff with all the round surfaces. So the flatter the project, the less work you're going to do. Yeah. I do need to print something else. I've been pretty pumped about the RTR projects and stuff too. All the work I did on Coyote was fun, and the pre-runners fun. Kit builds are fun, but yeah, the finish work, the sanding and filing and all that stuff is its own whole other kind of work, different from wrenching. And I'd like that too, but you got to be able to make a mess. With the kits, I don't have to sand anything, just putting rigs together. Chris has an Anycubic S1C, and they have the S1C Max on pre-order. Anycubic reached out to me one time, and they were ready to rock. And I was like, yeah, send me your Max or whatever. And they reached out to me. I didn't reach out to them. And basically, like, which one do you want? And I was like, okay, I'll try this one. And I don't know. It seemed like they just wanted me to talk about it instead of have one. It's like, how am I going to talk about it if I don't have one? But yeah, but the bamboo stuff's available now. It's not a pre-order. It's like now. And I think, I don't know, but my assumption is, I haven't had to reach out to product support at all for the bamboo. But, when you're putting it together, the literature says keep the box in case you need to send it in, which makes sense because it's packed so well. So well. First thing you're going to do is undo some of the plastic bracketry that they have in it to keep things from moving around. I never done it before. I set it up in probably half an hour. All right, Francis. Yeah, all you guys that got family at your house, like, what are you doing here? Pete popped in for a minute and then had to go. He's got real life card games going on. Man, I remember sitting around playing holiday card games with some of my buddies back where I'm from. We're playing in this dining room where there's this hutch behind me with glass in it or whatever. They could see my cards, bastards. The Wilsons, Dad. We were playing, I don't know what it was. I think it was knock or something. But we were playing for, there was something to lose. And those bastards, they could see my cards. Yeah, man. What about you guys? You got everything you want? Or is there something you're wanting to get yourselves for Christmas? What are you pining for? If you're pining for Twin Otter or the Habu 80, they're on sale. Yeah, Brian, check it out, dude. Black Friday. And it just launched last night, and things don't last. The other day, those 1.5 Mustangs, they didn't last. It was like, what, $230 off or something, and it didn't last. So yeah, check that out. I got I got a link right to the Black Friday sale in the Discro. And of course, it's a holiday season, so who knows what else is coming? I can't tell you. Happy Thanksgiving. I mean, I only know what's going on right now. All the influencers know what future stuff looks like, but they can't say. Uno is always fun. And if you play your cards right, pun completely intended, you can really smack it down on somebody. Reverse, wild card, draw a few. Like, man, you can put a hurt on somebody. if you, oh, yeah. The 1-5 must, that ship has sailed. My, how the turntables have. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It didn't last long. So, all right, look it. Let's do the sale. Let's just go over the sale. If you're going to shop, click the link, man. Do that thing. It doesn't work if I don't ask for it. I got tired of asking for it and didn't for months. It helps. When I say it, when EF Hutton talks, people listen. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go look at the sale. First, I'm going to go back to play your cards right or look at the window reflection. Yeah. All right. Let me pull this up. New tab. Black Friday down on the farm. Shop the sale. Let's do it. And check out the video that Pete, TJ, and Ethan made where they ripped all the items in the sale. So I'm pulling this up, and now I am sharing my screen. Sharing my screen. Let's do it. Okay, so all right, now you can see what's going on. So I've clicked into the Black Friday sale from the link in my description. And when you go to the homepage, there's a video of our buddies playing with all these RCs that are on the sale, which is fun. Starts off with a Twin Otter. So again, this launched at midnight last night. It ain't gonna last. So $130 off of the Guillemot brings it down to $399 for a $530 truck. It's only the red one. That's on sale. The little old school brought back repop of one of the first micro helis. Some killer savings on the OV10 Bronco. The little Messerschmitt save serious on the IX14. Looks like 110 off on the fast as fast can be V1200. This big monster laser nut is $200 off. This is killer here. $130 off of the Habu 80. And then what? $130 off of the Twin Otter. 1.4. So that's like a 57-inch, wingspan, something. And then one of the kit versions that comes with some. This is the combo on the OV10. $740 off. What with an H? I mean, and then some little bundles for like your Groms or whatnot. There's some power system bundles as well. Another sold out already on this OV10 situation. This one was save. Looks like $750 again, something like that. Now this is a brushless upgrade for your NASCAR Grom, which is the ESC, the brushless motor, and the receiver that you would need if you were going to make that upgrade. save 50 bucks. And here is a power system that's censored that goes in like the 8-scale buggies and truggies. $300 system for $150, dude. I mean, what? And then here's a high KV drag racing motor. 50 bucks. That seems like the kind of kit that needs to go in a pre-runner, if you ask me. Holy smokes. With that kind of KV, I don't think I'd have to gear up the diff at all. So that's what's going on with the Black Friday sale. Big money on the iX14, $250. But yeah, my plane friends, OV10, serious savings, micro. $80 off of a UMX is big. You wanted to get into the V1200, there you go. Save a hundo. Big ticket, get it with it. Laser nut, normally $750, $200 off. I mean, it's a huge rig. It's an awesome rig. 80 millimeter Habu, dude. $529, $399, $6.7. I can't wait to fly this thing. I got it. Yeah, that's what's up. And of course, there's more stuff happening in the future, as there always is with seasonal sales and whatnot. But yeah, anything you like, don't delay. So I'm just going to look at let's look at the Base Camp Builders Kit real quick. I'm a pro at these at this point. I like it. Straight axle. You get to put it all together. It comes with all the dig stuff except for the servo. And you really have to, so there's the lockout, if you don't want to do the dig servo. And you really have to install this because this extra bit of the transmission here creates necessity for a different drive shaft than if you didn't have it. So you want to go ahead and just build it if it's got it, because it'll keep you from buying other parts, and just lock it out or use it. It's up to you. Wheelie machine. Those Badlands are sick. Are those belted Badlands or not? They don't need to be, because Badlands are got a pretty tough carcass already. Lots of options. I mean, again, you're building one of these from a kit. So depending on where you want your batteries at, or if it's a custom build, I never use these trays on mine. But you get all this stuff you get everything here that you're looking at. Yep, I'm going to build another one. And I think I will tutorial it this time. That's a lot of work, but I'll do it. I like them, and they turn into really cool pre-runners. We'll look at the twin I-beam kit too, because I'll show it to you. Those will be out of stock soon too. I guarantee it. Let's see. $99. The bumper's worth picking up as well if you're going to do one of these. These were fun to assemble and work out. And there's some things that change. Your shock towers change on the front and the back, mostly on the back because of the battery tray that you're going to use. And unlike a crawler where you want the forward weight bias, you kind of want some weight on the back of these. That one's set up a lot like mine is, where it's got like basically an ARMA kind of basher motor system in it. And that's what I did on mine. I put a Vortex power system in it. And you don't have to do the double shocks. You can. I didn't. Nothing we have or is that available in the RC world has this twin I-beam suspension. Now you can get IF independent front suspension, but nothing with this cool scissor look. And that's all the bits. So you can see the rear shock towers, which are going to help hold the battery tray, your swing arms, trailing arms, all that stuff. It's not too bad. The manual is pretty good for it as well. Let's see. I like manuals. So this is kind of neat because it highlights what is different from your regular 10.3 and shows you what this kit is. So you got these mounts for the trailing arms. That's really about all you're going to do in the back, except for the shock towers and the battery tray. And then your knuckles and the front mechanism stuff is all shown right there. The directions are good. You just match just match the pictures. Tells you what hardware is used, being reused. Easy. Easy. And then you hear us talking about how we've got options for where we mount the trailing arms. And you can kind of see here on these pieces that there's 3 positions for wheelbase. You can tighten it up. The stock default has you in the middle, but you could tighten it up 1 notch or stretch it 1 notch. Yeah, down to where the shocks go. I mean, they tell you. Comes with a little adapter so you can run a 23 or 25 tooth servo. It tells you exactly what you need to make happen lengthwise on these. Just like the Basecamp kit is really good at this. And some of this may look daunting, but I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's a lot to make a video on, but it's not bad at all. Cool. Let's see. What else? Yeah, holiday gift guide, the whole thing. New releases, that's fun. SEX 30s, little tiny dudes. Those get along pretty good, actually. The small stuff is not necessarily for me. I think this new Erratics is pretty awesome too, where it's got wings on it like the Vapor had, that really light mylar. So the flat profile Erratics was already something that could be flown in a small spot. This even more so. And it's not on sale, but it's $169. Not bad. that is something you could fly in the depending on your skill, you know, like in front of the house. Sweet. These are new releases here. There's the T6. Oh, come on. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Yes. Okay. That looks awesome. I'm glad they brought it back. I hope it does well for them. If you fly off grass, this thing is even better. You know, the wheels, you see the wheel wells kind of bubble out here. So these landing gear are right there close to the leading edge, and they're short, and they have a forward rake. Unless your grass is just ridiculous, this is a great airplane for the grass. Short gear legs, forward rake. And if you've ever flown one, if you land on grass, you don't have to fight the ground loop as bad. And that trainer scheme is killer, bro. Come on. Look at that. What's up, CVO? Happy Thanksgiving. Come on. There's videos way back in the day from when I did the custom version on my grandpa's. I had the aerial mast. I did lights, landing lights. I went nuts, completely changed it to RCAF yellow paint scheme. Lost the spinner. I changed the stack. So it's like instead of the short stub out, I have the whole long cold weather, like Canadian stack for the cabin heat. Gorgeous. Look how far forward those wheels are. Short coupled, far forward wheels, not very tall. Landing gear. This thing is great in the grass. It surprisingly so. You still got the silver and blue one? Yeah, bro, this one looks cool. And it's like 4S already. Yeah. Mine was the silver and blue one as well. Come on. I did the whole front engine and everything way back on my Instagram, and I did a video on my yellow T6. So you can see it if you go back far enough. But dude, I used real I cut sandpaper to size, so I have like real wing walks on mine. Dude, I changed the canopy. I did everything to it. Everything. I should pull up the pictures if I can find it. Oh, yeah. Nice, Jeff. Yeah, I got so much paint on mine that it'd be nice to have one that I left alone. I definitely flew the silver and blue one stock before I did all my stuff to it. My whole inside is full with more wires and sequencers for the lights I added and everything. I've got like 2 different sequence boards and sets of lights in there. I ran lights for the beacons on the top and bottom of the fuse and all the way out the back of the tail. And that's like a 57-inch bird. I think it is. Let's actually, I want to look at all the pictures first. One more picture. Boom. Yeah, 57-inch wingspan. No, Hobby Zone is its own thing, just a distributor. But yeah, Horizon and Tower are definitely connected. The grub screw for the right landing gear will work loose after a few bumpy runs on our field. Yeah, that's anything really, isn't it? In a way. F86. Come on. The only thing they could have done better was make it my paint scheme already. Let me see if I have that picture handy. I think I got it handy because this came out. And so it had me thinking about it and showing it to buddies. Yeah, I'll just send this and share this. They fly good. I may be too full to take this picture. Okay, it took it. All right, I'm going to lose this. And where'd it go? Hold on a minute. There it is. Yeah, so I got the antenna. I did the avionics back here. I can't remember if I made the bars behind the guy or not, but I definitely made the stack and I put landing lights in it. I used a bleach bottle to cover up where it stubbed out at. What's up, Nothing Stock? Way back on my Instagram, though, there's a good picture of the radial, man. I did that thing up. It'll take me a minute to find it, but I feel like I should find it. Dude, it's way back there, though, dudes. It's way back on my Insta. That's what's up, Jeff. Yes. I put rubber tires on mine and got rid of the strut covers because I was going for grandpa's like Bigley. Dude, let me try to grab this. I wonder if I can share this post. Copy. That would be cool. Hold on. Can I put it in the stream? The real one, the guys that had it apart, they were doing their thing, getting it airworthy. They definitely were, but I haven't heard since. I don't know if I follow the guy anymore because politics is great. Everybody have your own opinion, but man, I think I got tired of his. So I don't know if I follow him anymore. But I used to, I mean, that plane went to a school where they're doing restoration, teaching how to do restoration. And so that's pretty rad that grandpa's plane is still living and getting restored to its original paint scheme. I'm trying to find the stream I'm in. How do I do this? Because I can't find my live because it because it's active right now. Let me see. Because I'd love to put it in the chat for you guys to check out the Instagram post because there's a lot of pictures. Okay, cool. Well, let me get in here. No, that's so weird. Why? Because it's live now. Let me in. That is so weird. Come on, Google, figure it out. It's because it's my channel. Man, I don't have my Hobby Zone link anymore. They changed and I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. But thanks for asking for sure. Hey, cool. It let me get in. But thanks for asking for sure. Okay, here is the link to the Instagram. $3.99. What? That's crazy. Well, let me copy and paste this. No. Anyway, check that out. And you can see my T6, a bunch of different pictures, the lights on and stuff like that. Yeah, look at the dummy radial. I even have the placard on there and everything. Look at the tires, dude. And I used metal tape to simulate the struts where they would up and down at. I did that plane up. Dude, the aerial mast and antenna work. I'm so proud of that. And the stack. Yeah, dude. I mean, you can maybe kind of see why I don't want to fly that one. Yeah, the wing walks are really sandpaper. So proud of those tires. I put those Moonies on there, you know what I mean? And I made that stack out of an old F5 rocket. But yeah, the dummy radial, I used solder and then painted it. And then that placard looks legit where the plate branding is on the front bell housing. I had to run so many wires on that one, dude. It's heavy now. I had Callie make the graphics. With water? Wow. Yeah, they fly good. It's the landing is the tricky part. But if you're in grass, it'll make you look good. It'll make you look good. Yeah, like that post, even though it's old, like it if you haven't, and follow me on Instagram. It's free. Couple minutes and I'll bounce, you guys. 2 hours. There you go, Craig. I mean, T6, come on. And then the new one's out. Beautiful. I'm glad to see it came back. I hope it does well. I always hope the Warbirds and the Golden Aviation stuff does well because I want to see more of it. I got my Beechcraft up here, P40, T6, P47, stuff in the garage, Twin Otter, Sportix is somewhere. Yep, Rafale's right there. Cool. And that's all hand fab work on that T6 because there wasn't I wasn't printing. That was years ago at this point. But yeah, dude, I got that one so heavy with paint and everything else. It's like I just let it hang. But if I'd fly the snot out of the other one, dude. Slaps, what up, dude? Happy Thanksgiving, man. Good to see you. Timmy Turbine Town, Turbo Tim, Time Tim Turntable. What up? $299 for the Pro Moto? Holy smokes. Yeah, if they didn't screw up, I mean, they changed the whole affiliate network the way it worked. So yeah, I don't have it, but dude, take advantage of it. Seriously. And check out the Black Friday stuff because if there is anything you like, it won't last. Wherever you're shopping, you know what I'm saying? If the deals are that smoking, they're not going to last, bro. They're not going to last. I did a great video on the Promoto when it was new. A couple guys at the racetrack. It was the father and son who ran the racetrack. They both had the Promoto and I didn't, but I filmed them. So it's on an off-road track, lots of jumps, a lot of dirt ripping. It's a good time. It's a pretty good one, I think. Check that out. That's from back when it was new. I'm a little surprised I don't have one of those. Dude asked me about Christmas stuff a little while back, and I'm like, that would be a fun one to have. Yeah. It's okay. Anything behind me is on topic. Bro. There's two of them. A giant SCX6 one and a 10 scale leafer. And I've got videos of both of them on the channel. Check them out. Because a lot of times, not only will you see it run, but you'll see kind of the build process as well. Ton of finish work. This is one of the best rigs I've ever made aesthetically. I got some nice SCX6 custom 3D printed bodies. So do my buddies and some 10 scale ones as well. But I mean, that's 3D print. That's 3D print. The Ford down here is 3D print. The trimmer's truck there is 3D print. The Willys wagon, the Unimog that's underway, and the Range Rover. And then there's a Scout up here you can't see, and then a SCX6 Scout with the Snowstar paint job and a Snowblade on it. That's dope, dude. And we got videos of all of it on the channel. And I even have it broken into playlists. So if you like the SCX6 or 3D printed bodies or tutorials, it's kind of broken up, you know. And I did all the upgrades you could do to the Coyote as well. And I filmed how to do the overdrive as also. I am a very giving guy. I just love this. I've been at it since 2012 on YouTube and started RC in 2008 and have not stopped. Nothing stock 83. Yeah, man. The little one's easier to handle, so I'll grab it. And my dad turned me on to the Trimmer's truck and the movie. And so I didn't know about it. And when you 3D print this one, the thrift side bed is fairly unique. And so you can't really find the files for the thrift side bed. You can find the front. And yeah, this is a leafer, license plate floor. I hand fabbed a lot of this, but yeah, this was the trimmer's truck I made for my dad. And it's got a real wooden tailgate, battery box for the battery, diamond plate bumper. And this is a repurposed FMS Jimny 1.6, chassis. But yeah, dude, I like this one. It's got the desert dust and all, chains on the tailgate. I mean, come on, dude. I like it. And then since this one's dad's, it won't be mine forever. I had to make me one, and I made it big. And it was weird. Making the thrift side bed is a challenge because the files aren't really there for it. Thanks. Yeah, so there's a video of this one running, and there's a video of the big one running. And this one's a leafer, and the other one's coilover because it's a SCX6. Yeah, dude, trimmers. So the movie's fantastic, by the way. And the truck is the star. I mean, for the first like 20 minutes, this truck's all over that movie. I like it. So these are like 4.19 tires instead of 4.75s because bigger crawler tires weren't going to fit and look right. Yeah, man. And on a leaf spring deal, you get to keep your truck bed without having shock towers poking up in it and stuff. Yeah, dudes. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. Yeah, dude, that was a heck of a project. And what's nice about those 6-scale Jimny chassis is they're really 10 scale, but because the Suzuki Jimny is small in real life, they call it 6 scale. So it's a bit of a misnomer. But instead of like a 12.3 wheelbase you would get on a lot of crawlers, it's actually like 13. But it comes with leafs, and you can undo the U-joints and all this business and put the axles underneath and get a lift out of it because the Jimny doesn't have a lift on it. The leafs are underslung the axle, and so there's no ride height at all. So if you do a little messing around, you can give it. So that's a FMS Jimny chassis. That's an FMS Jimny chassis. There's a Winnebago Tonka truck up here, FMS Jimny chassis, and I added leafs to the Mashkin and the FJ40. But on this one, that one, and the Winnebago, I just undid the U-bolts and flipped them and got a ride height out of it, which is necessary, I think. And for a leafer, which are usually expensive scale kits, to be able to get it for $200. I have like 3 or 4 of those Jimny bodies, hard bodies, not doing anything down under this table because I've stolen them, taken them off to do customs. What ARF are you looking at, Jeff? The Bronco, the OV10 is definitely cheap right now. Taylorcraft, cool. Are they Are they pricey again, dude? The Jimny? Yeah, they were cheap. When they first came out, they were like $370. No one went for it. Then they were moving them at like $200. And they were starting to move. It's one of those things I feel like once they're gone, they're gone. Let's see if I can find one. I'll get on something and then run it. $329. Yeah. But AliExpress got one for $150. $279 on Amazon. Yeah, it was nice when they were $2. I still want to get one of those new Land Rovers, kind of. Nice. You got one, Fred, waiting. Gosh, yeah, $329 at FMS. Yeah. Well, they were like $2, and that was cool. And they may be again. Well, if anybody needs a Jimny body, holy smokes, I got you. They're a nice hard body, actually. But without the top and the doors and stuff, it just looks like a Jeep. Yeah, $329. I'd rather spend $350, $340 and just get the FJ40 and grab the $50 leaf kit and throw it on there. Killer. You guys are great. I'm thankful for you. Thanks for spending some time with me tonight. Is fun. Anything last minute you guys laid on me? Snow was upon us, so I'd be pushing snow or something with the old Scout. It's supposed to be wet snow again, so we'll see. The chastity lights in the interior are nice on the Jimny. They are. Oh, you just got the ME262. Nice. Yeah, I'm working tomorrow too, Brian. See you later. Everybody be safe. Enjoy the 8 to 10 inches of snow. I will from my window. No, I'll have to deal with the driveway. I'll have to deal with it. First EDF. Give it a for real toss. Okay, that thing, if you're not careful, deep stall. So load that nose up. Do a good job with that. Excuse me. So yeah, thanks. Yeah, check out the Black Friday sale if you're interested. Like I said, I saw my buddies miss out on the Mustang. If you're into the Twin Otter, any of that stuff that's on the Black Friday sale, it won't last. It just went live last night. Link in the description to the Black Friday sale through Horizon, my affiliate link. I appreciate it. If you think about that, FMS, Bamboo Labs, all that, those places that I have affiliate with are in the description, as well as the short form content. So thanks. We did do a video on the ME262, me and Dylan, when those first came out. If you go back on the channel, Talon, Trent, you can see it. Yeah, 119. Well, it's like $80 off on a UMX. That's killer. And what it takes what the 4S batteries, I think. It's going to be 4S IC2. So if you don't have those batteries, definitely poke around the product page. Make sure you get the right stuff to power it up when you get it. 3S, is it 3S? Was it? Yeah, I guess it might have been. Which I think is weird, but fine. Definitely use what it asks for, though. Yeah, man. Yeah, appreciate that. So, next time, Kelly and I will be here Wednesday, 7 o'clock at the normal time. Just posted up some fun pre-runner videos over the last couple days. Check those out. They're doing well. Leave a comment. Say hello. You know what I'm saying? It helps. And I really appreciate it. So next couple rigs that I want to film is the this dude, which is it's actually on sale right now. What was it? $130 off or something crazy. 8 scale, awesome crawler. I'm going to film this. I want to get the Coyote out one more time now that I have the dig installed and brushless power system. The Coyote has looked amazing in all the videos, but it's going to be even better with the brushless power. It's got brass, it's got overdrive, it's got everything now. So one more good video on that Coyote. Guillemot. I think the next time I build this pre-runner and base camp, I'm going to do a tutorial. If you want to get into a kit build, coming by the stream, asking questions in the comment sections of the videos is a fantastic place to do it. Programming your radios, whether it's a surface radio or an air radio, I got a how-to playlist. And if there's something you want to see that you haven't, I'll make it, dude. Let me know. Let me know. I love it. I'll do it. And if I can't get out and fly them, I can show you how to program it. You know what I'm saying? So let me know. Have a great holiday. Give everybody you like a squeeze. And we'll see you in the next one. We're out here in 5. Hanger Rats forever. We'll throw you later. You're too good to be forgotten. We'll see you next time. Bye now. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for you. If you ever wondered what the answer was, Christ. And if you ever wanted to talk about it, I would do it. If you want to know more about it, I'd be glad to talk about it. I feel like I just want to put that out there. I'm game. I'm down. I will share that story with anybody, because the only reason I'm still here smiling is because I have faith in him, and it's a wonderful gift and necessary if you value your eternal life, if you ask me. With that, I'm out. See ya.